let's see here. Manslaughter, kidnapping, indecent exposure. Conspiracy to. I can't say that. Yeah, that looks bad, but I don't know why you're so mad at us. Don't tell me you've never been a part of a conspiracy before. And I know you've indecently exposed.
Wait. How do you know that?
Well, welcome back to On the Couch with BG on Screen.
Yeah, this is only half of what?
This is only half.
That's only half. There's worse.
Today we have our lovely HR representative. This is James Cole, everybody. We've seen you a few times. Every time has been the highlight of each episode.
I wouldn't go that far. I'd say low light.
You've honestly kind of been a pain in the ass. You
always come in
and you're always like, hey, you guys are breaking multiple international laws, or multiple Geneva Convention laws. And we're like, you know what? We're just trying to have a good time. We're glad to finally have you here.
I'm glad to be here.
Yeah, me and you
on this couch.
You're finally on the couch. Isn't that something? Usually me and James will either walk back to his apartment. I won't go into his apartment. I just walk him back because I'm a good friend. I do kiss him sometimes, though.
I'll tell you.
Today's a beautiful day.
It is. It's very nice.
Look at that blue sky. But no, me and James, we go way back. We're good friends, and we've said some very stupid things, and we have a lot of inside jokes that. One of them I'm thinking of, we immediately just cannot say it's the Yoda one. You're actually not a film student. Aren't you?
A minor.
You're a minor, that's right. But your major is writing.
Yes.
Creative writing, if I'm not.
Creative
writing.
Creative writing. So writing
creatively.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Coordination, folks. All planned. This is all scripted. I've written at least one masterpiece that you were actually an actor for.
Yes.
The Devil's Lettuce.
It was quite the masterpiece.
We'll probably talk about that later. You stay.
Yeah, we can definitely talk about that.
Stay tuned, folks.
I recently got a short story published for the first time.
Don't clap.
A lot of it's just, you're going to get so many rejections from so many different places that you don't even think it's going to happen after a certain amount of time. Mm-hmm. It's just kind of you grow. The nice thing is that I grew numb to it after the first 5. There's the honeymoon phase where it's oh, my first rejection. It'll happen soon. And then you get
I failed for the first time.
I failed for the first time. Then you fail again. You're yeah, okay. Third time. Yeah. And then once you get the 5th time, you're okay, yeah, I got an email, got a submission. It's going to be a no.
It's going to be a no, right?
But yeah, so that was about 6 months worth of just submitting places.
Mm-hmm.
So,
but you finally got it.
I finally got it. That might be a testament to the story itself. I apply this scorched earth approach to submitting to publishing. So there's there's a ton of different online literary magazines, and that's how a lot of publishing is done nowadays. And so I just took every story and every poem I've written over the course of my lifetime, slapped them in a spreadsheet, and then I would just submit one a day to somewhere. And then eventually when they were all submitted, wait for a response. If it was a no, mark that down, submit it somewhere else immediately. Nice. And so I have a lot of things kind of circulating around. I have a lot of irons and a bunch of different fires.
That's good. But I'll send him memes sometime.
Okay.
And so you want to read off the little short story that we made the other day?
Of course, yeah, that would be a good one.
Do you have your phone? And so I was are you still dying or what? And you were it's just a bad cold. And so I said, you should abandon your mortal flesh to prevent that from happening again. And you said,
"Oh, are we just gonna do
let's just go off script?" Right?
Okay, yeah. My organs have already been replaced with machines.
The cogs of fate have begun to turn. Soon all of existence shall be ground down to nuts and bolts as consciousness evolves into a single driving force to turn the switch on an endless assembly line of pain.
Skin begets metal, as was always destined, as we value durability more than warmth, destruction more than love, avoidance more than exception. A cold, unfeeling world is what existence desires, as to not have to risk the feeling of experiencing pain.
A machine feels not. Pain no longer rules the feeble mind of humanity. No longer will flesh cower from fire. No longer will we hide from the cacophonous roar of our inevitable demise. We shall erect a new existence, one where metal binds all, and rejection shall no longer seize the hearts and minds of mortal men.
But this eternity leads to an entirely new suffering. Eternity itself. Unable to experience pain, we regress. There is no failure, only perfection. And with perfection, there is nothing to strive for. The elaborate towers are hollow. Our flawless health is draining. We are steel husks without souls, unable to die, unable to feel in a cold metallic world of our own creation.
As the wheels turn, so too the wheels of time. An endless metronome that reminds us of what once was. We abandoned what made us human, and now we wish to return to our flawed state. Is this the curse of sentience? Never being able to find a place without pain? Will it haunt us even in the iron halls of our own steel prison? Maybe it was always meant to be like this. Maybe we want to feel pain. Maybe we want to be nothing at all. As you can probably tell, we're pretty stupid. It's time for our ad break. If you want to support On the Couch and BG on Screen, check out our merch store. Where you can find apparel, stickers, buttons, and even coffee mugs with some cool designs, including my beautiful face. Check out the link in the description to find that, as well as our other stuff. Parentheses, hand this over to James, end parentheses. Wow.
BG on Screen is a non-profit student organization at Bowling Green State University, and all profits made on merchandising will go directly to further improving and sustaining this organization and its projects. We are not responsible for any weird looks you get while wearing Sam's face, or any regret you have for spending your money, and all sales are final.
I completely forgot what we were talking about. I guess we'll talk about this because we were both working on it.
Of course.
We made a movie called The Devil's Lettuce, and I wrote it. And I directed it. James, I would like to hear your description of the story of this movie.
So, The Devil's Lettuce stars two stoners who accidentally spill fermented bong water on a troll doll. And then the troll doll comes to life and he's like, yo, my name's Bud. And then the troll doll tries to kill these two. Mm-hmm. And so it's an epic saga of these two stoners attempting to vanquish Bud once and for all. And it's a tale fraught with weed zombies, fishing line, air freshener. I think that's about it.
I like how you call it a saga.
I mean, it's an odyssey.
It's an odyssey. It really is. I mean,
I would be.
It's based on my own personal experiences.
Really?
Yes.
And I think it was pretty good that we got done early because my reward for finishing the very long week was dying of the
getting sick.
Of the worst common cold that a man has ever received.
Don't you ever ask me a question on this show? Do you understand me?
That's another one for the books.
I'm just stating my power. It's whatever.
It's one more. You're really racking up a tally.
You've actually been a pretty prevalent actor at Bowling Green. It's kind of funny because that's not your field whatsoever.
I was gonna say I don't know how it could happen, honestly.
You were in Neighbors.
I was in Meet the Neighbors.
Uh-huh. You were the dad.
I was Charlie. Yes.
Uh-huh.
I was an extra in Proxima.
And Charlie Horse. You were also in the classic Dracula 2, Drac is Back.
Oh, of course.
I think everybody has heard of it but not seen it.
It might be best that way, but let's change that anyways.
A sequel to the 1931 Universal horror movie, and Dracula comes back. He's blinged out. He's got this gold chain actually. We were like, we need a chain. I was like, I have a chain, so we just used that. And then we cut out a big letter D out of cardboard, and we just stuck that onto the chain and just put that around him. And then I had a cape from high school that I didn't use, and so I just gave that to you, and you were actually wearing shorts.
Well, I think it was these shorts.
I think it was those shorts.
Because there's just something inherently funny about the formal on top, basketball shorts on the bottom.
You were also wearing a white, just collared shirt.
I think this is basically the exact outfit I was wearing for Dracula
without the coat and the tie. That is exactly him.
Just one day, during the evening, I get a call from Sam, and he's like, James, I thought of the best idea ever. I'm like, okay, what's up? Dracula 2. And I was like, okay, all right.
It's also kind of weird because you've been kind of dragged into this community. even though you are a film minor.
Yeah.
But
it was still kind of kicking and screaming.
You're not even a writer, are you?
Nah. I'll be honest, I've just been like doing the monkey on the keyboard thing this whole time. Where it's like
eventually
I get something
right.
kind of coherent.
Exactly.
I just sit in front of the keyboard.
You have like 50 million equations going on in your head, and they're all wrong.
Exactly. And then like a banana drops down. I'm like, oh,
banana. Of course. What made you want to become a writer?
Oh man.
We're getting to some deep territory.
Yeah, this is kind of deep territory. This is a lot more deep than banana. Is this your last episode? Are you getting canceled after this?
Probably. I mean, I've had a good run. It's been a year. I think I'm ready to pass the torch.
How many of these bits are you cutting out, Nathan?
No, you're not. You have to put at least 3 in. You have to keep at least 3 in. That's my one order, all right?
Oh, I do have something
What's
that
up?
I forgot to pack with me, but this relates to Meet the Neighbors, actually. So, over winter break, a few of my friends from back at home got together, and we had a gift exchange. And one of my friends got a 3D printer. And
That seems like a big gift exchange.
oh, no, he got a 3D printer earlier, not for the gift
Oh,
exchange.
okay, I was about to say.
My bad.
Uh-huh.
And he was like, oh, James, I'm making you a gift. I'm like, God, okay. And so the day comes, it arrives, and it is an award show. And I get, I took a picture of it.
Please, yeah. Let's get a picture of it right up here.
And I get this as... So for
Show it to
everyone-
Wesley.
I gotta see it.
I get this from my friend.
Check out our merch store. Smash that like button. Subscribe as well. And James, thank you for being here.
Of course.
It was always fun. Are we still getting shut down?
Might have to cut out a lot. The HR office.
Anyways, thank you for watching this episode of On the Couch with BG on Screen. It's been wonderful, James. Thank you for showing up yet again.
Thank you.
And I don't know when we're gonna do another one. By the time it might be dark, it might be light. We don't know. The jar has not returned. It probably never will unless we make a new one.
That's true, but I don't know if you can.
I don't know if I can.
recreate that.
I don't know if I can harness that power.
That is a very serious HR concern, actually.
It
It was affecting my mind.
It's
there
a
for few
radiation
seconds.
leak.
Exactly, like.
It's OSHA violation. But regardless, whether he's here or not, I hope he isn't, because he was scary.
It was kind of scary.
We hope to see you next time. Leave. All right, cut. Oh, that's just 11,000 views. But still, that's 11,000
That
views.
is. That's more views than like most people get in a
Anything
lifetime.
I've made.
Yeah.
It's more people than have ever seen BG on the couch with BG on screen.